first chapter is the history and the evolution of computer. First of all, what is the generation? Generation is a computer terminology, is a change in a technology a computer is or was being used. Means technology was changed day by day. It means a generation. There are totally 5 computer generation based on a hardware. But the generation of computer based on a 2 different things, based on a hardware or based on a software. First see the computer generation based on the hardware. There are 5 types. First generation of computer uses the vacuum tube and the time period was 1940 to 1956. The second generation of computer uses the transistor and the time period was 1956 to 1963. Third generation of computer uses the integrated circuit, which also called as the IC circuits, and the time period was 1964 to 1971. Fourth generation of computer uses the microprocessor chips and the time period was 1971 to 2010. And now we use the fifth generation of computer like artificial intelligence. It uses artificial intelligence, it also called as AI technology. Okay, here the brief explanation of first generation of computer. We know that the first generation of computer uses the vacuum tubes. Here the figure shows the first generation of computer in which vacuum tubes are used. But vacuum tubes are required a large amount of space like a big rooms. It is the disadvantages of the first generation of computer. The first generation of computer relied on the machine language, the lowest level programming language, which was understood by the computers to perform the various functions and operations. ENIAC and the UNIVAC are the example of first generation of computer. Here, the machine language is only understood by the computer, not only by the humans. We cannot understand the machine level language. It can solve one problem at the same time, can't do the multitasking work. We uses the laptops, mobile phones. At the same time, we uses video, WhatsApp, Facebook or any other application at the same time. But in the first generation of computer, it was not possible. Here, images are the punch card and the magnetic tape. Punch card and magnetic tape is used as an input in the first generation of computer, and the output is printouts like in a paper. Advantages and the disadvantages of the first generation of computer. First of all, the computer was very fast to calculate. Before the first generation of computer, only calculators are used for calculating something. So the speed was fast as compared to the calculator. The vacuum tube technology made possible the arrival of electronic computer. Those days this was the only electronic, not electrical. And the disadvantages are the first generation of computer is not portable. Portable means like our mobile phone. Mobile phone is changed from one place to another place, but the first generation of computer was fixed in a single room or in a single place. It not portable. It is not reliable devices, and air condition is required. AC is must be required to maintain the first generation of computer. Second generation of computer uses the transistor. Here the images is used for transistor. Transistor were used in the second generation of computer, and the transistor replaced the vacuum tubes. We know that the vacuum tubes is required a large amount of space, but transistors are the tiny chips. So space problem is solved in a second generation of computer. Computer become a smaller, cheaper and the faster. It is very reliable than the first generation of computer. The second generation of computer go to the symbolic or assembling language from the cryptic binary machine language like a machine language. This language allows the programmer to specify the input or instruction in a words. So in the second generation of computer, language is used like an input in instruction in a words. High level programming language were also developed at the same time. Advantages and disadvantages of the second level computer. More reliable than the first generation. Good speed and can calculate the data in a microsecond. Compared to first generation of computer, its speed is high. Also used assembly languages, because first generation of computer uses only machine level language and human cannot understand the machine level language. Smaller in a size compared to the first generation, because in a second generation computer we uses the transistor. So transistors are small in a size, use less amount of energy, portable, accuracy is improved than its predecessors. Disadvantages: constant maintenance is required to work properly. Maintenance is must be required. Commercial production was very difficult. Steel punch cards were used for input, as we saw in the figure. The cooling system is required, means air condition is required for maintenance. More expensive and non-versatile, used for a specific purpose, not all general purpose. Second generation of computer uses only specified purpose. Now the third generation of computer, which uses the integrated circuit, it also called as the IC circuit. The integrated circuit were used in the third generation of computer. Transistors were placed on the silicon chips known as the semiconductors. In the third generation of computer, user used the keyboards and the monitors and interfaced with an operating system instead of punch card and printout. We know that the first generation of computer and the second generation of computer uses the punch card or a magnetic tape for input, and the outputs are in the printouts form. But in the third generation of computer, monitors and keyboards are used as an input. In this generation, the computer can run many applications at a one time. This generation of the computer is a smaller, cheaper and reliable than its predecessors. Advantages: first of all, more portable compared to the first and second generation of computer. Consume less energy. Maintenance cost is low than its predecessors. Now disadvantages: highly sophisticated. Production was cheaper and easier. Now it's the fourth generation of computer, which use the microprocessor. The microprocessor brought in the fourth generation of computer. Thousands of the integrated circuit were built on a single silicon chip. And the third generation computer we uses the IC, means integrated circuit. But in the fourth generation of computer, there are many integrated circuit were built on a single silicon chip. The first generation of computer occupies the entire room, but now the fourth generation of computer fit in the palm of the hand, like your mobile phone. IBM introduced its first computer for home users in 1981. The fourth generation of computer became more powerful and could be linked together to form the networks, which led to the internet development. Means internet is introduced in the fourth generation of computer. In the fourth generation of computer, we saw the development of the GUI. Full form of GUI means graphical user interface. Keyboards, mouse and other handheld devices. Advantages of the fourth generation of computer or disadvantages. The AC is not required to maintain the fourth generation of computer. Totally used for the general purpose, not for a specified purpose. Small and compact in a size. Heat generated is negligible, which is good, faster than its predecessors. Our disadvantage is highly sophisticated. Technology is used for the manufacture of LSI chip. Now last, fifth generation of computer, which use artificial intelligence. Here the figure is robotics, like it is the example of artificial intelligence. The fifth generation of computer is based on the artificial intelligence, is also called as AI, and still in a development. There are many applications which are used in this generation, like voice recognition, which is being used today, like Google Voice, Alexa. The goal or a target of this generation is to develop the device that respond to a natural languages, like our Gujarati language, Hindi language or any other languages. It responds to our languages. Advantages or disadvantages: most reliable and faster than its predecessors, easily available in a different sizes with unique and different features, like our mobile phone, laptop, palm top, handheld computers. Okay, based on the software. First of all, what is a software? The term software refers to the set of electronic program, instructions or a data a computer processor reads in order to perform a task or operation. Must we instruct a computer to perform some task which is called as a simple software. We know that the soft copy or hard copy. Soft copy like digital data, or a hard copy like a paper or in a pen drive, right? Same as a software or a hardware. In a contrast, the term hardware refers to the physical component that you can see and touch, such as a computer hard drive, mouse and the keyboard. Software can be categorized according to what it is designed to accomplish. There are two main types of software. First of all, one is system software and second is application software. Simply known as by default in your computer or in your phone, some applications are by default installed, which is our system software. It is the part of the system software. Or in your phone, like a mobile phone, in a mobile phone, WhatsApp, Facebook are the application software or application system. First is the system software. So the system software is a set of programs to control and manage the operation of computer hardware. Basically, it controls the operation of computer. It controls the allocation and usage of different hardware components. Without system software, hardware cannot work properly. System software is essential for a computer to work. Without system software installed in our computers, we would have to type the instruction for everything we wanted the computer to do. Without system software, we need to type the instruction for computer to perform our task. But using a system software, it is easier for to any instruction. Okay, there are the types of the system software. First is the operating system. In our phone or in our laptop, operating system must be required, like Microsoft Windows or a Linux. Next is utility program, like antivirus application or a system, file compression. Next, device driver, like monitor drivers, printer drivers, etc. That are the types of the system software which is installed in our computer or a phone. Next, application software. So application software are that type of software that must be installed by users for their needs or for their purpose, for a specific task. Like for messaging anyone, we can install a WhatsApp. For downloading videos, we can that type of application like Vidmat or any other application. For our needs, we install that type of software which is called as an application software. It used to perform various applications on the computer. People use application software according to their needs. It helps user to perform a specific task. They enable the user to complete tasks such as creating documents, spreadsheets, databases and the publication, doing online research, sending email, designing graphics, running businesses and even playing games. Application software is specific to the task it is designed for. Okay, here are the examples of application software. First is word processor like MS Word,